Back in the 1980s, when Dr. Gary Holmes, the CDC epidemiologist, and all doctors were baffled about the clusters of sick people in sick buildings, a lot of people think that Cheney and Peterson listened to patients and looked into it, but they never did. In fact, in Osler's Web, the teachers tried to get past Dr. Cheney and Dr. Peterson to get to Dr. Gary Holmes to ask him directly to look into the sick buildings. But Dr. Holmes was baffled and, as Gerald Kennedy said, looked like them as if they were lunatics. So it was clear that the doctors, researchers, CDC epidemiologists knew nothing about toxic mold. So I thought, well, since I've got some experience with this, I can volunteer as a prototype for this new syndrome, and I can tell them, and people will know about it in minutes. And now the most striking thing about this entire episode is that the reason people never found out about this is not because the information wasn't easily known. You could walk right in there and ask, find out in minutes. But it was because everybody that approached the syndrome decided to take it over for their own agenda, promote their own ideas, and never look into the actual incident that started it. In fact, they went out of their way to avoid looking into it because they didn't want any interference with whatever it is they wanted to do. But here's the really important part, is that when these opportunists that took over the syndrome found out that they had suppressed this evidence, did they apologize? Did they tell others? Nope, they doubled down on their cover-up, acted like solving the original chronic fatigue syndrome was no part of their job description, and scream at the top of their lungs, that doesn't matter anymore. We redefined chronic fatigue syndrome since then. Clearly, they never had any intention of solving it at all.